I want to read you two things from social media tonight. First of all, just before we came on the air, Donald J. Trump, the Democrats are playing a high-level con game, all caps, in their vicious effort to destroy a fine person. It's called the politics of destruction. Behind the scene, the Dems are laughing. Pray for Brett Kavanaugh and his family. And then there's someone you and I both know, Maggie Haberman of the New York Times. Trump is sounding somewhat fatalistic about Kavanaugh in private discussions. Annoyed by the interview and talking repeatedly about needing to see how the hearing goes before knowing what can happen next. So, Phil, as you've been reporting, some cracks in the armor here.
Yeah, certainly, Brian. I think one thing going on here is you can't separate the Supreme Court nomination fight from the midterm elections that are now just 6 weeks away in November. The Republicans face an enthusiasm gap with the Democrats who, you know, all polling evidence shows are much more enthusiastic about voting. And what Trump and other Republican leaders are doing right now in these days is to use the fight over Brett Kavanaugh as a rallying cry for the conservative base, as something that can unite Republican voters, Trump voters, give them a common enemy, in this case the media and the Democrats, who they believe are running a smear campaign against Brett Kavanaugh, and give them a reason to feel energized and united. That's why I think Trump is using the phrase, or the wording rather, pray for Kavanaugh and his family. It's a call to arms, if it were, to his base. In terms of Trump's private thinking about Kavanaugh, remember, he's never had much of a personal relationship with Brett Kavanaugh. This was not somebody that he really knew much before the interview process to consider him for the Supreme Court. He doesn't feel much personal loyalty to Brett Kavanaugh. He just wants a good conservative justice to be confirmed, to win, in Trump's words, and to get onto the court. And if there comes a time where it's politically expedient for Trump to basically dump Kavanaugh, to force Kavanaugh to withdraw and sub him in with a different nominee, I think the president would be perfectly fine doing that. Kavanaugh's boosters in the White House are, you know, Counsel Don McGahn, chief among them, but Trump himself is not loyal to Kavanaugh.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.